Last I checked, he's sitting in his mansion in Russia. Yes, that too. And Mazepin Sr. is under U.S. and European sanctions right now. Which is Dmitry Mazepin? His name's Dmitry, right? I think that's his name. There's pictures of him next to there's pictures of Mazepin Sr. next to Putin, yes. So. His mansion is holy. His mansion looks akin to. Anybody here seen the movie Ex Machina? Reminds me of that. I guess minus the naked robot ladies in the basement. That was a good movie. Anyway. Let's dive back in. I mean, they might have a Roomba. Not as cool as Robot Ladies, though. That is the best movie to see other people watching on airplanes, though, because they inevitably get super ashamed and awkward looking once they, or rather, once the part where all of the clothes come off kicks in. Anyway, we're back to what we were working on yesterday. We are working on Little Tower. We are working on suspending stuff over this little river here. We haven't really been invaded too much, but I did make this military training zone yesterday. Yeah, this is Odd Realm, where we return to a world of taking care of our little settlers. We are digging out a little pit slowly. I think we need to make them ladders, so let's do that. Go down to the bottom of the pit, which is right here, and then go to build, and then go to ladder. Make wooden ladders all the way up. What am I clicking on here? That looks like a long thread. I will read that later. But yeah, so this is Odd Realm. Odd Realm got a very large patch a couple days ago, and I would like to play it. So that's what we are doing. Got a lot that we're working on and a lot that we still got to do. So be fun. Let's go to jobs, deconstruct, because I gotta start clearing and removing these floors. There goes piece number 1, and then you're gonna fall into the water, aren't you? You are. Turns out building this support's actually kind of difficult. It's funny to me that they are able to construct so deep underwater. The Odd Realm patch has made you more excited about DF Steam Edition? Really? Why is that? We were able to catch those cows, so success on that front. And, you know, we got jobs going. Things are good. But yeah, this game is super chill. And it's been a nice break so far from DF. You kind of likes these visuals? Kind of. I have some problems with them. I think that they are sometimes a little bit difficult to decipher, but I don't think that it's destructive to the game whatsoever. They're usable. At worst, they're usable. At best, they're great. How deep does the world go? It's got 64 Z levels. So that includes the ones above ground. So it goes all the way up to Z level 64 and all the way down to 0. Well, I guess all the way up to 63 and down to 0. But there's interesting stuff underground, which hopefully we'll find today. Kind of wish that the world would move when I hit the edge with my wall construction. I also kind of wish that we had better gates, which we really could use. All the way up to there, and then we'll figure out what we're doing with this afterwards. But at the very least, we'll get the walls built on this side. China has called bullshit on Russian biolab accusations, and that's an unexpected turn of events? That is an unexpected turn of events. You know, I get weirdly hopeful whenever I see China rolling their eyes at things that Russia has to say. It's still... Okay, so this isn't a criticism about this game, but it is still very, very easy to just accumulate a ridiculously large amount of food in this game. It is ridiculously easy to just have a huge food and resource capacity. You felt that you were building, spending a lot of time building stockpiles? I'm not sure, like, I feel like there's certain things in this game that still haven't been fully balanced, and I think food is one of them. It certainly feels like they've got a long way to go. Also, if you put bins in stockpiles, certain items will just be moved into there. Trying to organize that a bit better today. That's kind of one of the plans. While also, you know, building up actual defensive things. And homes up on the walls. That's another thing I want to do. Whoops, that is not what I wanted. Not the tool I wanted at all. That's the tool that I wanted. Oh well, get to rebuild a wall now. That was the remove things wall. Or the remove things button, not the delete things button. Like I said at the beginning of this, Tygo, China seems to be more concerned about their pocketbooks than the amount of land that they have. I might be off base with that, but it certainly feels that way. Like, I think that China would be very happy with just simply buying out the Western world, which is what they're rapidly working towards. Like, they want world domination. It's just a different kind of world domination. Pull all these in. But that's the, like, discussion me and my dad have been having recently. Let's just this. Just gonna go straight with this wall. I could just type in wood. That would get what I need. There it is. We'll go across here. But yeah. One thing that I thought was kind of not amusing but sad was the first day there was, or the first, there was a few posts flying around the internet of refugees leaving Ukraine and the countries that they're in right now, and just criticizing the UK, maybe rightfully so to a degree, that they haven't taken enough refugees yet because they'd only taken like 50 or something to date at the time that I saw that post initially. To which counteract, I will say it makes a lot of sense why Poland would have taken a lot more refugees than UK at this point. It's because it's easier to get to Poland than UK. Give them time, they'll get there. Is the US going to be receiving refugees? Shouldn't, like, I feel like we should know that already, but I don't think I've heard anything about that. I know Canada said that we'll accept refugees, but the question is, can you get to Canada? It's a lot more expensive to get to Canada. You have a friend request on Twitch? Dude, I get like maybe 24 friend requests on Twitch a month, and I ignore all of them. I usually just assume that someone who clicked the wrong button trying to follow. You know, back in the day, Twitch used to have like a private messaging system that wasn't whispers. You used to be able to send messages to all of your subscribers via their like built-in email-like client. Feature they got rid of ages ago. And it's just as far away. This is true. Although, if I was a refugee coming out of Ukraine, I wouldn't want to live in England. Nothing against England. But that's just... What, cool that Twitch used to have an email system or a friend system? I really wish that if I just had the build tool up, right-clicking something would just automatically set it to be deleted. Like, that would speed things up a lot. Someone's hungry. Uh-oh. Well, remember how I said that, oh no, you're going to drown yourself down here? Well, would you look at that? Would you look at that? You know what, fuck it. I don't have much to say about that person. Trying to catch up on some things I missed in chat while I was fiddling in the game. Started to see a lot of criticism for countries readily accepting millions of Ukrainian refugees but turning their backs on Syrian refugees a couple of years ago. Yeah, I've seen that too. And it's something I think that we all need to do some soul searching on. If anything, I kind of hope, and I'm not going to get my hopes up on this, but I kind of hope that, hey, it's from status thirsty and hungry. Well, great. That person that got themselves stuck went and died. I think that one of the best possible outcomes from this conflict is that, well, number one, that the people being sarcastic on YouTube can just, like, shut up about if you don't like me talking about this stuff, by the way. But one of the best things that could come out of this conflict is, one, things ending all right for Ukraine, but two, the West taking Syria more seriously and in a more nuanced fashion instead of just religious zealotry, which is the way it reads a lot. I'm sorry. Oh, you mean the guy on the pillar? Yeah, unfortunately. Has. Have a good nap, Bastet. Yeah, that's something that fucking sucks, man. Like, it really fucking sucks. Just people going after anybody who just happens to have Russian descent. It's like, it's not the fault of people who, you know, immigrated somewhere ages ago. Like, we shouldn't blame like, the ancestors of people for things that they did. We're gonna put cooked food down here. How complete do Odd Realm Fear compare to the last time you played? Complete? That's the wrong question to ask. I don't know. Because I don't know what a complete version of Odd Realm is going to look like. I have no basis for comparison. It was fun the last time I played it, and it's still fun now. If that answers anything. And you can still blame the English, right? I mean, it's just like I can still say fuck the French, yeah? I mean, I have English descent somewhere in there. But you can blame the English, but you're not gonna go punch every English person you meet, right? Which is the concern. They were already imagined by blind, but Russia, and US, and EU promised peace and freedom for the Ukrainian people when they gave up their nukes. That is actually a point. Yeah. I think if Ukraine still had, like, there are people that are just going on about how their safety was forsaken because they gave up their nukes. If Ukraine hadn't given up their nukes, I think that this would be a very different looking conflict right now. I thought you were going to say that you've never met an English person, and I was about to, like, tell chat to press F to doubt. Because there's many English people in this chat right now. Good couple of them, in fact. Russian government worker on state TV just stated that if the sanctions are not lifted, it is not feasible for Russia to stop at Ukraine. That's fun and not scary at all. I feel like the more places that Russia invades, the more likely Russia will cease to be a country. At least as it currently sits. A lot of people will die in the process, but the further they take this shit, the worse it's going to get for them in the long run. And I can't see a world where that's not the case. We are very low on water, so I'm going to give us a bunch of fetch water jobs. I should be able to just do this on my well. Also, that's not the job I wanted. This is the job I wanted. No, there is no water in my well, apparently. So that's my well ain't working. Brilliant. I really need to fix this because people just keep getting fucking stuck on it. Me making this was a massive mistake. Also, can I just say that I love, like, this chat room's capacity to fact check stuff? Because, like, one person can say something, this is happening in this part of the world, and within, like, 5 minutes, somebody can confirm because they could just go check. I love that we have this capability. Facts are cool. It is cool, but it's just neat. I don't think I've ever been in a, like, outside of, like, maybe Reddit detectives, I've never really seen a part of the world that can do that. Same degree. I'm so annoyed with this corner here. Let's just get rid of those and use the ladder that's already here. Not sure why that one's still there. It shouldn't be. There they go. You should be able to leave now. Yeah, you should be able to climb up there now. Should be able to. It's like, most of the time they can climb things, like, incredibly well, except for when they can't. Which is, I think, the biggest problem that this game still has. For me, anyway. Should be able to finish that in a sec. And then climb up it. Literally working on it right now. You know, another thing I could do? Go to right here. Go to jobs. Pick a line. All the way along here to there. Or that. For all of my solutions. Can't think of another one. One of them doesn't get those two out, we'll just make more people. There goes one. You're not a fan of ISPs cutting off communications to Russia, but your friend was mentioning how to get paid with economic sanctions or their legal exposure to provide service to Russia and such. I'm not a fan of losing contact with people I know in Russia, but I understand why it's necessary, I would say. It's just another scare cat tactic. I'm actually curious. Cutest, what do you need to do to be able to watch Twitch right now? Also, Cutest is not the only person that I know from Russia who's still here. There's just glancing at the chat, there's actually quite a few that are, air quotes, I guess, still here with everything that's going on. This is driving me nuts. I tried to do like something that I shouldn't have tried to do in this base, and it's like definitely coming back to bite me in a way that's super fucking annoying. Like, I have no idea why they can't reach any of this stuff as an example. Like, and these people down here are just dying. It's like, oh. Couldn't tell you why. They're unable to reach these. I have more than enough materials. For these people to get in and out of here. But maybe I just have too many jobs overall, I don't know. There's two sides to the coin, oh man, really. Theoretically, it gives Russia an echo chamber for propaganda. That's one side, where it's a negative. But on the other side, it pisses the average person off. And how do you start a revolution? By pissing people off. You don't start a revolution by making everybody and the status quo stay the same. All right, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to do this. Because this seems to be my only option. Cancel all of the jobs. All of the jobs. All of the jobs. All of the jobs. Okay. Now that I've canceled all of the jobs, I can hopefully get people unfucked here. So I've got a ton of people that are just stuck in places for no fucking reason. Let's see if we can save them. Oh, there's one person dead. I'm running into pathing problems. That's the current issue. I've got all of these pathing problems and seemingly no way to solve them. And I'm not sure if that is the map or if that is my own poor placement. I think it's a combination of the two. Trying to solve said issues currently. Namely, it seems to be they go down to these lower layers and then are unable to get back up. And it's quite frustrating. Somebody else. It's like, it looks like things are on the same level, but this is the problem with multi-Z level views, right? Is like, when you run into tedious little problems like this, it can be very difficult to solve them. Just see if I can. Yes. They certainly don't seem to be able to mine that out. They seem to be able to build this, but then they just keep getting stuck there. There's somebody else who died because they're stuck. It's all because I tried to build this stupid thing down here, and then I told them to go get water down here, and then they all managed to get stuck. It's like they can climb up 1 Z level, but they can't climb up 2, and it's hard for me to discern the difference between 1 and 2 Z levels. I think that Dwarf Fortress gets around this issue because Dwarf Fortress has ramps, whereas this game doesn't have ramps, which actually makes, like, finding bodies and getting to bodies that are stuck in places very difficult. See, they come up here, and then they help, and then they get stuck, and then they're fucked. It's like, I literally just can't get these people down from here, whereas in Dwarf Fortress, I can. And they also, for some reason, have, like, lost the ability to mine through here. Maybe, hold on, actually, let's try this. Let's give everybody mining. Skill permissions. Apparently, like, more than half the people here don't have mining. So if I just give every single person here mining. Maybe that's what's happened. Hey, that seems to be doing it. Can you guys get out now? Yep, that seems to have done it. All right, so how to get people unstuck in this game. Give everybody the mining job. Let's slow time back down. Wood. Grumbles. The multi-Z level here is confusing you completely. I think it's the lack of ramps that gets me. I think, like, it's fine until it's not fine. Yeah, I don't know. That's just been a visual issue I've kind of always had with this game, and I'm not entirely sure how to solve it. It's like, I'm also not sure why they can't build those ladders, or why they haven't yet. That also is confusing me. I don't know how this cow got down here, who's apparently starving. I should be able to build that ladder. Let's see if cows can take ladders. Boom. Stockpile. People that go to protests now are not like revolution material. Yeah, I have no real basis for comparison there. While fiddling around, chat's like moved past, and I've lost the conversation. Hard to tell what's going on, kind of like in Songs of Six. You find Songs of Six hard to tell what's going on? Really? I find Songs of Six to be extremely self-explanatory. Like that's one of the clearest games I think I've ever played. I think this game runs into some visibility problems, but they're not the big. That's not a huge issue that I have with this game. It has some, but they're mild. It's only with the Z levels in places for me. Can you rename stockpiles? Yes, but I never do in any video game ever because I'm lazy. That's just something I won't do because I don't do that in any game. Strike a weird point for you where the pixels are too big and they make everything look like a mess. I don't run into that problem, but I believe you. I personally find Songs of Six's art style to be exceptionally clear. But I don't know. My general like way of thinking about things is like, if it's clear to me, it must be clear to other people because I don't see well. So I usually just kind of assume that it's clear for other people, but clearly not the case. Then how do you play games in 4K? Oz? Like just ever. You're gonna lurk for a bit while studying? Gotcha. So, this well's not working. Let's try that. See if I can put a well house down there. Steam Deck? I don't know. I don't know anybody who's actually received a Steam Deck yet. The only Steam Decks I've seen are Steam Decks, videos of Steam Decks on the internet. Apologies. I do not know anybody who has acquired a Steam Deck at this point. I know a few people who have their names on waiting lists, but I don't know anybody who's actually gotten one. But anyway, I'm scrolling back up in chat now to try and get caught up again. First time you spoke in Russian with someone you met on an English-speaking channel is when you asked someone from Ukraine how they are doing, and they responded on Russian, "There is war in your city, and you're getting bombed, and military office called me for description." You don't want to speak with anyone from Twitch in Russian chats again. When was this? Cutest. On the bright side, the itch.io bundle for Ukraine has raised $4.5 million. So that's cool. That's a positive thing. February 24th. Damn. Yeah, I don't know. I find this kind of pixel art to be pretty clear. I think that like this game definitely has some legibility issues, but I think all of the issues that I had with it have been sorted. Like I had some problems with like the itch.io release and like the early release of this game. The very early versions caused me some visual problems, but like I feel like the dev has mostly sorted out at least the issues I had with it. Namely like font issues and whatnot, but I don't know. But yeah, that's brutal. I mean, I understand their perspective, Cutest, but I don't know. It's a weird world that we live in. Has a bit of an extreme take on the war. He says if they are attacking, says that we are attacking their cities. Then fuck, let's do it. Wait, so what you're saying is your dad's saying that you guys should just turn around and attack Russia straight up? Is that what I'm is what your dad? Why do I keep typing in wall? I'm like thinking in DF terminology right now. Brain, wake up. Because all-out retaliation is rarely the right answer. This stuff is taking up a lot of time, but it is storing a lot more materials. Let's just speed up time here. Let's let them work on this. All the game saves. He says that you should be proud. Yeah, I mean, maybe this is just me being a peacekeeping Canadian talking, but killing people is never the right answer, even if you're getting attacked. Yeah, what Frog said. That just breeds eternal conflict. Can't reach the water for collecting. Can now. Ladder. Boop. 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 And boop. Hey. Ho there. Travel far and wide looking for the best goods. Let's see what you've got. Let's sell you, or make you take away a shit ton of plant fiber. Not all of it, obviously, but a lot of it. How about, 2,000 of it? This is like the best way to get rid of junk. Let's give you 500 of that. I can get more of this stuff. All of the bone. A lot of the grass seeds, because I don't need any of these. This is going to unclog my stockpiles. All of the food waste. You can buy 80 raw beetroot. All of the apple tree seeds. Sell. Buy some stuff. See what they've got. I don't even know what that is, but it looks like good food, so we'll buy it. Appreciate you, lad. Sad to part with that. It was my mother's. Tough times indeed. Bread that I just bought from you? Farewell, friend. I shall return to grace your life with my wonderful wares and bring joy to this land again. Ta. Cannot reach water collecting. Well, that's fine. They'll get there once they're done building the damn ladders. You know, the thing that my parents keep coming back to whenever I talk to them about this is this has happened before and it'll happen again and we can't get around conflict. But the more I talk with you guys, and specifically you guys, I mean chat, the more I talk with you guys about this, the more I kind of feel like people that are very heavily plugged into the internet might actually be the generation that will slow down conflict like this or make conflict like this less common. Or hopefully stifle conflict like this to not a permanent degree, but to at a more permanent level. I don't know if you guys feel that way at all, but Starfleet doesn't fire first. And if only we took more lessons from Star Trek. There's fruits growing in these trees. It's an apple tree. Those look like oranges, chat. Do those, chat? I have a question. If I were to ask you, what fruit is that? What would you say? Because it's an apple tree, but that looks like a fucking orange to me. That's orange, not red. Wrong color for an apple. But then you remember Twitter exists. Yeah. Yeah. It's like adolescent naivety, I guess. Or papayas. It could be papayas. It could be papayas. Peach, maybe? Yeah, I guess. I guess in this instance, apple is just generic fruit. Tome of Industry. Steelwork means that we're up to ironwork now. I feel like I'm moving through the tech tree way faster than I actually have the ability to build the shit. Let's make beet seeds there. Gooseberry seeds there. And melon seeds there. Might not be bad, but depressed people don't want to fight usually. Global depression is on a rise. We just need to make our leaders depressed enough so that they stop doing stupid shit. You know, I'm at a point right now where I can't actually tell if I have good takes. I very much could have just like the worst takes and just be completely unaware of it at this point. Find out more of this. To me, sadness leads to empathy. Maybe I'm off base with that, but if instead of being angry, we're all sad, ideally we would develop a better sense of empathy. As we dig through, make more dirt clods. Not sure why they can't reach water collecting. It's right there. Planting food. Just collect water. I don't understand why most of this is unreachable. Let's try doing it this way. That is the wrong tool. That's the tool that I want. Why in the world are you unreachable? That's where we used to always gather water from, so let's see if they can get water. Yeah, that one they can. This one they can't. Weird. We can get water, no problem, from here. But there's too much. No understand. Logic, what? You know, it's funny because, like, I can cut back from news sometimes, but then there are other times where I'm incapable of it, and right now is one of those times. I've been incapable of stepping back from the news for a while. I wish I was capable of stepping away from the news, but I've just kind of come to terms with the fact that I'm not. For nukes, the dumbest code might be the most likely and thus most secure. I would be willing to bet I have a more secure password on my computer than most nuclear launch codes. Ah, that's why nothing's getting removed. Got nobody with the job assigned. Or not, rather. That's conjuring. Well, I do have some people that are good at conjuring, so you know, I'll leave them with conjuring. Let's give you that. Let's give you that. You that. That's the removing skill. Miscellaneous. Get some clothes workers. Making sure I have all these. I don't even know what that is. Thromalurgy? I'm assuming that's for the other guys. I don't really have in here. The code briefcase is just for show. Lots of things are just for show. And yes, the briefcases are some of them. As we mine away that little block. Look at that. Uh-oh. Bandits. We're being attacked by these guys, these purple dudes. I don't actually think I have any weapons. But I can select all my dudes and tell them to go stand here. Including the cow. I think we outnumber them. Or there's one, but like 4 of them. Alrighty, boys, kick their shins in when they come around the corner. I'm not sure if we're winning this. Looks like we are so far. We haven't lost anybody yet. I think I lost one. Well, we're getting bandits now, so that's a bad sign. Or a good sign. There should be a loot button. Recapture. Jobs menu, build menu. Oh, prop rotation. Duh. Looks like they just do that automatically now. Looks like they brought a bunch of iron ore and stuff. Bunch of gear. Damn. I need to queue up more food jobs. Kitchen. Is there a reason I can't find my kitchen? Oh, there it is. Just can't read. Oh. We've got 14 that I can boil. 14 boiled beetroot. An easily typable code might be extremely good for Mad. I think that you only have so much time before you can do anything ever again. 3-second counts. Yeah, I don't know. It's funny just how... something that's kind of funny, actually, is just seeing how many videos on what to do in case of nuclear bombs being launched. How many of those videos have gone viral in the past 2 weeks? Not even in like the last 15 days, like in the last like 5 days. Because I have a feeling that they are rapidly becoming one of the most popular subgenres of YouTube video. And are going to remain that way for a while. But I don't know. I will say that The conflict in the world has made me less inclined to play war-based games. Nothing nuclear scare is just what Germany needs. It's the last thing that the world needs right now. Is Germany. The last thing any of us really need. Bunny! Bunnies, apparently. So I want to show you guys something kind of fun. Check this out. No, actually. I was thinking about putting this into a moat, but I kind of can't do that because it's going to just flow down into the river. One thing at a time, I guess. The war has ruined DCS and Arma for you for a kind of a long time. Yeah. A streamer that I watched quite a bit actually was just like talking about how he's going to take a break from Crusader Kings just because, like, as much as he loves Crusader Kings, he's like, the kind of whole, like, you know, invade and take over and conquer all of Europe thing is maybe, like, not something he wants to do with his free time. And it's like, you know what, I can get behind that, man. I think for me, World War II stuff, not so much. I think if my friend sent me a DM right now and was like, "Hey, Greg, do you want to buy and play Hell Let Loose," which is a game I've been planning on playing for a while, I think I'd be able to do that. But that's because it's like historical enough that I don't think it would bother me. But certainly modern military stuff is like kind of a nope zone right now for me anyway. I mean, theoretically, if the systems worked as they're supposed to, you would receive a a warning first. Frog. And if you have an underground parking lot, you could maybe survive. I have a feeling that a lot of people where you live are going to have PTSD. And I don't see any way around that. Considering, like, a person can get PTSD from looking at footage of people dying, let alone being there, I don't think that that's really avoidable at this point. Not to be just the biggest Debbie Downer, but I feel like a lot of people are going to come out of right now with PTSD. Between the pandemic, regardless of what what people have to say about it now, between the pandemic and now this, yeah, a lot of people are gonna have to be treated with post-traumatic stress soon. Do I need to make this road going off the map? No, but I'm going to. You don't have a bike? You don't have feet to run? Frog? Oh well, different subject, I guess. DCS just has too much Russian stuff, and you don't want to give money to a company which pays taxes in Russia. Yeah. 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 I like Merc's reaction to the sub chat now that I've fixed it for higher tiers, apparently. Where it just says, "This is the community bitching channel? Neat." Yes, it's the group venting channel. Group therapy. That's what I like. Hey, Critty, what's up? How's things? Yeah, I don't know. I kind of feel bad for people who play War Thunder right now. Also, this has nothing really to do with anything, but can we, like, all be sad for a second about the fact that this conflict might make Stalker 2 never actually release? Like, there is a very real world that we could live in where Stalker 2 just doesn't come out because of this fucking war. I want to play Stalker 2, damn it! Quit it, Putin! You shitlord. Damn it. Group, I don't want to live in this planet anymore. Yeah, pretty much. There's a good song that I know called I Don't Want to Be Here Anymore. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to be here anymore. It's mood. I really need to move that lower platform down there, but whatever. I will be back in a second. I'm just gonna go check my blood sugar. I've had weird blood sugar days for the past 2 weeks, so I'm just gonna go check. We'll be back in about, I don't know, a minute. 90 seconds. And blood sugar is normal. But I hope you're doing all right, Critty. Hope things are good. We're just playing Odd Realm and chilling. Talking about the world exploding. Okay, what can I make out of bronze? Because I do have quite a bit of bronze. Make more pickaxes. More sewing needles. More of those. More of those. More of those. What else can we make? Bronze hatchet. Can I not make weapons out of bronze? Perhaps I need to research them. Also, I gotta say thank you very much to everybody who got here early. Everybody who's tuned into the stream so far. I realize, like, you know, this stream has just been varying levels of, oh, it's doom and gloom channel. Let's go. But I appreciate you guys for hanging out and supporting this weird stream, whatever it is. Nice to wake up to. Not the channel. It's nice to wake up to. Blind in chat talk about how the world is ending. Stream edition. But I tend to agree. Us doomers need a place too, you know? Yeah. It is kind of funny though whenever the odd person complains about the subject matter that we babble about in relation to the YouTube VODs. It's amusing to me because it's like I talk about what my chat wants to talk about, right? If you guys are actively talking about, you know, the war zone, then we're going to talk about it. If you guys want to talk about I don't know, Spice Girls, we probably will end up talking about it. If we're talking about F1, we're talking about F1 because you guys want to talk about F1. I'm just going to do what the chat wants. So there used to be just like a acquire loot button in the jobs. Doesn't seem to do anything now. Looks like they're fighting with a cow because we tried to tame a new cow and it refused. Can I clear/remove these loot bags? And Valve's beating Mazepin into the ground nowadays, but that's not so bad. To be fair, Mazepin isn't racing in F1 anymore. Also, hey, Pigfinite. Like, straight up, Mazepin isn't in F1 anymore. Mazepin has been booted out, and they brought one of their old drivers back. So, yeah, we don't need to, like, pin Mazepin to the ground anymore, because he did a good enough job doing that to himself. Quite literally, we don't actually need to do that to Mazepin anymore. Once these walls are done, we're going to build a big old room down here. I just want to see what's going to happen if I do this. Might actually need to go further down. Yeah. I'm just curious to see if that's where, if I understand how the water works. Because if I understand how the water works, this shouldn't flow. Yes. But it looks like it's going to. But it's not going to. Okay, so I do understand how this works. Vaguely, but I do. And also, let's go down here and go dirt. Well, we're going to fill that back in. F1 was one of the first organizations to drop F1. There is, like, the part, though, where I'm kind of sad that, like, people like Cutest are going to have a harder time watching F1. Actually, Cutest, how are you going to watch F1 this year? Or are you even? Making a moat? Yeah, probably just a dry moat. Because we're too high above the main water source. I don't really have a way of pumping water in this game that I'm aware of. But yes, we are working on a moat. I keep trying to use DF hotkeys, chat. It's like, why does the designate button not work? Oh, right. This isn't Dwarf Fort. Duh. You know what game won't make you think about wartime and flashbacks is, you know, F1. Speaking of F1 video games, Frontier actually like has a trailer now for F1 Manager 2022. It doesn't show any gameplay, but I want to ask an honest question. Should I be excited about a Frontier F1 game? Because it's labeled as coming soon, and it's this. Should I be excited about this? It's Frontier Developments. You're hoping someone will stream F1 on Discord for you? I will take that bullet whenever I wake up in time to like watch the races live. Assuming it's not going to get you put in prison for treason. Waiting for you to mine out that.
Even realm sub. Even. Do you even do even numbers, bro? What even are even numbers? Can one even the plane? Will a one eventually become odd? What are the odds for that?
Animal, are you okay? Do you need help? Do you need a cookie? Also, Animal, thank you very much for keeping that sub alive for a 50th month! That's a lot of months, man. Yep. Which is why I'm saying, whoops, that's the wrong button. Which is why I'm saying, Renfield, should I be excited about a Frontier F1 game? You need an adult, I assumed. Animal, thank you very much for the 50 months. Good to have you around. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for all the support. Entity has no profession. Entity is also underground, from what I can... Nope, Entity is not also underground. Got quite a few entities without professions. It's like not messing with priorities at all. I need to build more buildings. We're getting there with the walls, though. Getting there. This will be the last layer of digging down we do. Not reach dirt wall. You would say no. I mean, I've played more Frontier games than a person should have. Starting with Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, so... I've been disappointed more often than I've been satisfied. I'll put it that way. In fact, I would even go so far as to say that I get disappointed the majority of the time. Stockpile. 77. Can also have raw food, I guess. Although we do appear to have worked our way through a lot of this. Another thing that you can also have in 77 is water. Purified water. Although we only have one purified water. Maybe, no, we have another stockpile for water. That's fine. Yeah, and they're terrible. You mean the Jurassic World games? Just to confirm? Oh man, really? But yes, they are terrible. I hate them. They're awful. Probably the worst things Frontier has done in recent memory. Or rather, I didn't play the second one. The first one was the worst thing that Frontier has done in recent memory. I can't speak to the second one. I haven't played it because I hated the first one so much, so I just didn't play the second one. The first one's economy is designed to be a mobile game, and it's obnoxiously horrendous. I hate it. Hate it. Hate it. Hate it. Hate it. Garbage game. Terrible game. Anybody who thought that that game was a good idea is crazy. Woodmill, Wellhouse, Tannery. Let's just start making light leather. That doesn't surprise me, Tygo, if somebody did that with F1, but that's a really good way to get sued. And I don't feel like getting sued. So I will stream a thing on Discord for a friend, but I won't I wouldn't ever consider doing something like that. And whenever I do see people doing that, it's like, man, I wish people would stop doing this because it doesn't make a point. It just gets you in trouble. There's no logical reasoning behind it. It's quite frustrating. Speaking of chat, I'm in a situation right now. I have like 10 keys for this game that I theoretically can give away. I just don't know how to do it. If that makes sense. I kind of want to give it to people that I know would actually like play it and get time out of it. But just traditional Twitch giveaways, in my experience, don't work all that well. Cows have appeared. Excellent. Maybe we can catch more cow. Give them all to you. Why? So you can sell them on G2A? I think the problem is the water is just so much further below. Raffle it? I don't want to do that. It's literally what I was just saying. It's like Twitch raffles don't work very well. I don't know. I need better methods of giving away like games to people that isn't raffling them. It's funny because like your username works with that. Oh man, really? I typed that as you were saying it. Winner takes all? No. So I need to go down one layer further in order to be able to collect water from down here. This is almost like a cave with water in it. It actually does go underground. Then I randomize? How is that any different than a Twitch raffle? Randomly giving games away is the thing that I'm saying that doesn't really work that well. Okay, so we need to go down one layer further than where we're currently at. Oy vey. You're really not a fan of the 7-day RL countdown timer? Why? Because there isn't enough time left. Also, remember, you're allowed to work on your 7-day RL after the 7-day RL is over, right? This should allow them to reach water collecting. There they go. Now they can reach water collecting in here. You'd like to have the game to have at least some mechanics implemented before the end of the jam? Well, then work on something that's small and achievable. I know I say that like it's super easy and I'm aware it's not, but like, I'm sure that there's something that you can work on. Got beets that are ready to harvest, which is great. Which is a fairly large task in and of itself. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't have a one-stop shop success. Here's how you finish your roguelike advice. I'm not that person to ask, but I can just say, good luck. I hope that you make something cool. And if it's cool, I'll play it. Or if you make it, I'll play it. But yeah, I don't know. I need to figure out a better method of giving games away. Like I kind of want to like this is just me being too like hopeful for society, but I want to give the games to people who like either A can't afford it or B would actually get time out of it. I feel like too many times I've given games away and then felt like, oh no, none of them ever actually play it. But it's really giving games away is difficult, okay? And not a load of jargon be I'm sure you can ask for help in place. There are definitely places I know for a fact where you can ask for help. Roguelike dev's probably not a bad spot to start. Just waiting for them to finish this up. We are literally going to build above this all the way across. Also just need them to finish this side as well. But I don't know. You know, honestly, I'm not asking for your advice right now. I'm just thinking out loud, Animal. So you, at this point, just like suggesting thing and thing and thing and thing, it's not exactly helping. I'm probably not going to come up to a solution to this problem today. I appreciate your effort, but just suggesting multiple solutions that I've already thought about mostly is not really a helpful thing to do currently. I apologize for bringing it up. I shouldn't have. It's something that I get to figure out. Probably won't take any suggestions on. Because it's a problem that I don't really have a solution to currently at all. But then you have to like assume that people are being truthful. I did just say I'm not taking feedback from chat on the subject, so I should probably just not take feedback from chat on the subject. Stick to my guns with something. I literally just told Animal that. It may have been like right as you were typing. But it's fine. It is something that I'm trying to figure out right now, though. And I'll let you know when I come up with a solution. Huh. I found a hotkey that I assumed existed because it was logical, and now I'm getting a new tutorial box. This is interesting.
Yeah. Huh?
You have a flight tomorrow? Where are you flying to? Cool stuff, I'm assuming? What is that? It's a young tree. Wooden floors all the way up to there. Something that I'm trying to figure out, chat. This is something that I am taking feedback on, is what to play this evening. I have 2 games that are largely options. Oh, do not reach open point. That makes sense. I haven't built the pieces up to it necessary. But the thing that I can actually take feedback on is I'm trying to figure out what to play this evening. I have a few options. Option A is the super casual snowboarding game that I've been playing off stream yesterday, which I would be super down to just like zen out and stream a little bit of this evening. Or option B is this one horror game I found in that itch.io bundle. Here, I'll show you the super casual snowboarding game. It's a game that was on phones previously, so judge me as hard as you want for not being a real gamer. This fucking thing. Put like 5 hours into this yesterday, although maybe about 2 hours are not accurate because I think I definitely left the game running while I was walking. This is a little top-down snowboarding game. It's super simple. It was gifted to me by my little sister. She's like, "This looks like something you'd like." It's like, how did you not know that? How did you know that? I grew up on shit like SSX Tricky and Ski Free, so this shit is perfect for me. Can be a snowboarder or a skier, although I think this game is snowboard biased considering every single screenshot features snowboarders, and I didn't realize that this game, except for that one, I think, where I didn't realize that you could ski in this game until I bought it, but it's fun. Fun and chill. But, can cancel all those. Just work on this first. Let's go down another layer. What's the horror game called? It might not be very long, but it depends on whether or not you guys want to watch a horror game this evening. Here, I'll link to it. I guarantee you I can't pronounce it. Steam basically suggests, because it also has a Steam page, looks like it's around 2 hours. Looks like it's around 2 hours. Looks fun. I don't know. I don't really have like a filter of when is a good time and when is a bad time to play horror games because they don't really scare me. I'm kind of like, I guess, dense in that regard. I do not understand how livestock herding works in this game at all. Like, if there is a way to, like, make livestock just hang out in the spot they're supposed to, I have not figured it out yet. Those take gear, so I guess I can just put gear there. You got that from the game page? Yeah, it looks pretty cool. That's my take so far. What I've seen anyway. Yeah, not enough to it in regards to World Box. I've seen I watched about an hour and a half of a stream of it. Not enough to it. Looks fun, but it looks like something I'd play for like an hour and then just be done. And I requested key for it and didn't receive key for it, and I don't feel like spending $25 on it, which is how much that game costs in Canada. So you would definitely watch a VOD of that horror game? I mean, I'm down to do either, or both, even, tonight. It's Saturday, so we should just do whatever's fun. Or whatever seems fun. Managed to trap this poor soul. Dig you down another layer. That should be enough to get you down. But yeah, no, I don't really have much interest in World Box. It looks fine. Like, nothing about World Box looks offensive or bad or anything. It just looks unremarkable. Although I feel that way about a lot of God games. I feel like a lot of God games, especially like, since games like Pocket God got popular, a lot of God games just kind of became like weird torture digital characters sandboxes, which it's fine. Even Black and White, like, and Populous in those games from back in the day, I kind of feel like are rose-tinted glasses to a degree. Let's see what kind of fun stuff we can find by digging down. Gotta play back Black and White. I will caution you that it doesn't age very well. Grady. When it's not too haunting or spiritual, not too comfy with weird stuff, but you can mentally cope with it. But when that horror game is played, you're off to bed anyway. I mean, for me with horror games, it's like, if it's just jump scares, I don't want to play it. Not because they scare me, but because they're just really annoying. But if it's very psychological, I'm in. If it's very psychological or alternatively the polar opposite and just purely action, like i.e. something like Fear, then I'm in. So if it's on either end of one of those two extremes, then I'm in. Otherwise, me. This might be all of the down digging that we can do this year. Jump scares are overdone. They're just boring. You don't like Nightmare Before Christmas? What's scary about Nightmare Before Christmas? It's a cutesy comedy. What? I mean, It is a horror movie, so I can understand not liking It, but Nightmare Before Christmas is like a family comedy. What? Oh, you don't mind? Oh, I read that as not like. You were thinking of the Oddworld games? I was not talking about the Oddworld games. Odd Realm, not to be confused with Odd World. This is sort of like, the easy way to describe this game, Navy, is if Dwarf Fortress is Minecraft, this is Terraria. Meaning, it shares some ideas with Dwarf Fortress and the inspirations are very clear, but completely different games. Come on, boys. Get it done. Be able to walk out. There you go. Perfect. While they all run around out there and harvest all the foods. But yeah, clearly I read that one backwards, Animal. Get 100 water from the well. Some more fishing rods and 500 more wood planks. See if we can make anything in the kitchen. Purify 100 water. Call the beetroot. Did I lose my cook or something? Because cooking hasn't been getting done. I do still have some people with cooking assigned, but nobody like exclusively to cooking. Put some more people on there. That also helps, yeah. Animal. That also helps. Oh, also, chat, we fixed ticket generation last night, so investing should work as intended now. If anybody's wondering. What's the pop cap in this game? 99. Tickets for keys. I'm just gonna state this one more and final time. I'm not taking suggestions on how to give keys away, because if you're suggesting it, I've probably already thought of it, and I need to figure out a better method. So stop asking. Nurbin says, "Hello there. Travel far and wide looking for..." They need to add more dialogue for the traders. Take all of my dirt clods away, please. Because we're going to get more of it. Take the bones, too. They're no family jewels, but I'll take them. What? What does that mean, sir? How did I get a pane of glass? Apparently I have a pane of glass. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Just call me a swaddled pig because this is dirt. I'm buying dirt. I'm a dirty pig that lives in dirt. Why? Because you bought dirt from me? I mean, you did buy dirt from me. This is true. You bought 999 plus dirt from me, in fact. What can I buy from you? I think I will save my money until next time. Farewell, merchant. I like how we get the notification after the merchant arrives. A cow was born. I don't see the cow that was born, but apparently a cow was born. My cow gave birth to another cow, which is great. This is fantastic. Cannot reach open point. That seems like a you problem, because it's perfectly reachable. No, it's not. I have multiple cows, sir. In fact, I have cow and bulls. Cows and bulls. So it is not that. It is definitely just a cow that mated with my bull and made baby cow. So you bought Odd Realm yesterday, and how'd that go for you? I mean, it's fucking cheap. This game's like, you know, very cheap. Like $8. But what I will say is if you are in a region where you can't buy this game, or if you can't afford it, let me know and we can sort you out with a key. That's probably what I'm gonna do. Couldn't resist the $8. Yeah, I mean, even if you only get like 5 hours out of the game, you've kind of already got your money's worth out of it. You're planning on playing it soon? Think of it like a lighter DF that has some similar ideas, but also some completely different ideas, and you'll have a good time with this game. What can I do? Because my walls are getting there. They're getting there. Still taking some time, but they are getting there. I need to start working on some new buildings down here. Uh-oh, we got a thirsty person. Oh, appear to have gotten somebody else stuck. I appear to be doing a much better job of getting people stuck than I do in Dwarfort. Let's see, can you just mine yourself out of there? Looks like you can. Let's follow you until you make it out. There you go. I'm not sure how you managed to climb up and out, but I'll take it. So those little piles of dirt appearing. Plenty of water, you shouldn't be thirsty. Only one hungry person who is going to go get food currently. What have I not made yet? Tailor. Let's make a tailor. Except I'm going to make the tailor up in here, because that's a tanner. So the tailor needs a loom and a workbench. Loom. Oops, that's a lore. Loom. A loon. Yes, it needs a loon. I got plenty of loons. I am one, in fact. And a workbench. So yeah, chat, based on the conversation in chat earlier, I think the plan for today is we will do this for like, I don't know, probably a total of about 5 hours, which will give me a couple videos for YouTube as well as some more content for Izzy's stream. And then in the evening, we will play through that horror game that I got on itch. And then after that's over, if I still feel like streaming, we'll play some of that super casual skiing game that I have. Just as a stream and chat and chill game. You know, all that stuff. All that good stuff. So that's kind of the plan for today, I think. Actually, I wonder if that game is on How Long to Beat. It might actually be big enough that it is. One hour. 2.5 hours for completionist. Got it. Yeah, we can do that. Skiing game? Yes. Here, I'll give you a link. This was gifted to me yesterday. It's also got cross-platform multiplayer, and it's also on phones. So, you know. Not saying that we could play together, but theoretically. So, chat, yesterday when I was baked in the park, because that's what I did with my day yesterday, is I went to the park and got baked and ate a brick of cheese, and then came home and slept. After I recorded and halfway edited a podcast. But yesterday, dude, I played so much fucking Snow when that game was still like alive and active. God damn, that was a fun game for a bit. One of the few good Crytek running games ever. Anyway, while I was there, I did something very important because I'm seeing Dragon Force on Sunday. And so while I was at the park, I listened to the most recent Dragon Force album, which I have coincidentally never listened to. So I went through and listened to all of the most recent Dragon Force album. And chat, I have a question. Did you guys know that the most recent Dragon Force album has a song about Skyrim in it? Like, just straight up, a song about Skyrim called The Last Dragonborn. You know what's even better? It's kind of not bad. It's all right. It's pretty good. It is pretty good. I don't mind it. It's all right. Like, surprisingly so. I fully, like, went into that song going, this is going to suck. Like, there's no way this is going to be any good. It's all right. It's not like life-alteringly incredible or anything, but it's okay. It's pretty good. No major complaints. It's almost like they love medieval era fantasy. It's almost like Dragon Force has a formula, right? So I listened to Extreme Power Metal, which is the name of that album, if I'm not mistaken. I listened to the entire thing, and then I went back and listened to the Inhuman Beatdown, which is, or the Inhuman Rampage, the Immortal Beatdown was the album before that. Inhuman Rampage, which is like their 2006, has Through the Fire and the Flames and all of those big songs on it. Listen to that album. They have such a formula. They have this little bell synth that plays in time with the guitar. They still use the exact same sample. Like, I don't think that bell sound has changed in, like, 17 years. Hardest metal known to Dragon. I mean, they're just like goofy fucking cheeseball stupid, and I needed something uplifting and happy and dumb, so I put on some Dragon Force. And you know what? They're still uplifting, happy, and dumb, and I still like them. I guess, like, yeah, a YouTuber I watch named Metal Theologian talks about his records. He said once that we all still just listen to the music that we listened to when we were kids, so make sure that the music that you listen to as a kid is good, because you'll still be listening to it in a decade, or 2 decades, or 3 decades. I still listen to Dragon Force. And it's still good. That's all I have to say. Dragon Force is still pretty good. Also the hardest metal known to Dragon, since almost all of their songs were like, what, 7 to 8 minutes in length? The vast majority of their songs are, the short ones are 5.5 minutes to 6 minutes. Those are the short ones for Dragon Force. Aside from that, they're all like, they have a solo that is long. All of their songs have solos that are longer than most songs, and their solos aren't even really solos. They're just really, really, really fast rhythm riffs. Like, they'll have a riff, followed by another riff, followed by another riff, followed by another riff, followed by the first riff, repeat 5 times, and then they finish the song. Like, I don't know. They're gaudy and stupid, and I like it. I feel the need to apologize that I like Dragon Force, but I unapologetically enjoy Dragon Force. They are extremely stupid, and I appreciate them for it. I don't even know what I can do with these. I'm assuming I can make clothing. So we'll make people clothing. Let's also bump up the priorities on these. Get that done first. Something else I think I might do today is move our embark again, because we started here and we moved here. I want to do one in the ocean. I want to see what just surviving in the middle of the ocean is like in this game. Because I feel like that's got to be kind of cool, considering that this game just lets you do that. So we're going to also have to try that. But first I kind of want to play this through till winter. Because we are in the final day of summer and we're about to move into fall. I could probably actually just speed time up. Uh-oh. Never mind. Crix the First says, what is the deal with people trying to find us? You know, the look on that skeleton's face down there, pretty fucking mood. Pretty fucking mood. So this is a tomb. This is a tomb with a skeleton in it. We need to kill him. I mean, we hide ourselves way underground, but we're still found. Why do you people have some sort of tracking system for tombs? Super annoying. Actually, I was able to find a bug in this game. This game has like a dwarven radar equivalent, where if you just like set dig underground and just dig in a massive square, the tombs previously would show up as like areas that couldn't be dug, so you could see them underground. I wonder if that still works. We haven't actually dug into it yet. We're just like close to it. Oh. He's digging up to us, actually. That's interesting. He literally built a ladder up and dug out. Wow. All right, well. Supposedly we're fighting with him. Didn't lose anybody. Those guys are actually pretty weak. It's a good thing that we ran into him and not anybody scarier. See, he dropped this stone. There's a bunch of coffins and tombs in there, a torch. Neat. I do like that he fucking dug up to us, though. That's new. Previously, we had to dig to them. So baddies can dig in this. Meaning if we were to find a scarier tomb, that could be quite horrific, actually. Mood enough that it deserves a temp emote status? I don't know about that. Maybe on the, maybe the developer of this game could use it as one of his emotes. Yesterday in your first world, you accidentally dug right up to a tomb? Yep. A skeleton dug up to the river and flooded everything? That's amazing. The question is, did he drown? Because I don't know if skeletons can drown. Have you made it down to the bottom levels, though? Yeah, the aesthetic of this game... You know, the aesthetic of this game is Dwarf Fortress, but with the best tile sets. You know what I mean? Like, the nicest looking tile sets with the most DF hack effects is just the aesthetic of this game. I mean, like, it's impossible to not, like, be charmed by the look of any little town in realm. Or a Blind Skelly remake of that status. We have a problem, Merc. My artist is Russian. So it's getting more and more and more difficult for me to pay him. And currently he's working on a, well, currently he's working on this. Where did that message go? Actually, currently he's playing No Man's Sky. But currently he's working on this for me. So I'm going to get him to keep working on this. This is going to be my, my new, what's it called? YouTube banner. Yeah, that. It's like, it's my office, but the dwarves are mining through the wall. So we're working on that first. That's adorable and you love it. Yeah, it's an upgrade from like the Photoshop that my friend Fogg threw together in an afternoon. Which is what I currently have on YouTube. Just reading the thing that was just posted in memes. I recommend reading it. It's pretty funny. The Igor follow-up. You have not made it to the bottommost level, so you haven't found an incredibly classy gentleman yet? Well, you should find that incredibly classy gentleman with like 9,999 million HP. Because there's a very classy gentleman at the very lowest levels. Kind of a spoiler, I guess. But keep digging. Because Odd Realm just gets better the deeper you dig, is like the easiest way to put it. This game just gets better the deeper you dig. Most classy gentlemen, yeah. Also, for those of you interested in this game and or the development of it, I'm also working on a putting together an interview with the dev. I did that once before, like 8 months ago, but we're going to talk about this patch specifically. So it'll be like a follow-up to the first one. Also, we're into autumn. Speaking of loving the aesthetic of this game, I think the autumn aesthetic is one of my favorites. Let's wait until the sun comes up, and then you'll see what I mean. Because the world changes color as seasons change in this game. Have I not assigned? I swear I assigned you a profession. Des Snander. Position, entity, info. Change profession. Let's make you into a warrior, because I need more warriors. Which means... yes, you should equip a melon. So let's just jump to the uniform. Or warriors. Like I've got 2 warriors. Currently the warrior uniform, well, actually I need to make armor and then we can make the warrior uniform. What are we doing on the bronze ranged weapons, stone melee weapons. Stone armors. Let's do that and then wait for this. But yeah, so the ground color and the map color changes color and the tree color all changes color in the fall. This game looks lovely in the fall. You get that immediate transition and I fucking love it. It's gorgeous. It is gorgeous. And then the winter is just as good, except in the winter, it fucking snows and fills your, your moats up, and it's a pain in the ass. And then you have to survive the winter because you can't grow any food in the winter, which is why, one of the reasons I'm still actively growing a lot of food, even though, actually, I think you can grow underground stuff, but all of that up. Mushrooms down here. Is this seasonal changes? Yeah. Didn't I also get something from him 5 minutes before switching games last stream? What, from the dev of this game? Yeah, he sent me a couple keys, and I'm working through. That's why I'm working through how to get, like, how to give them away in a way that's fair. Like, one thing that I'm kind of thinking about doing is just saying, all right, donate money to charity and send me the receipt, and I'll send you a copy of this key, but it's not really my place to do that. So, like, I don't fucking know. Or give me a good reason as to why you deserve one. But I also then said that I wasn't taking ideas, so I don't know. As we continue to dig this moat. Still need those trees finished. Or not trees, those walls finished. Let's actually try this. What's the construction skill? Bing. Is there no, like, generic building skill? Huh. Ah, rip. I hope that it was a good nap at the very least. This game part of the itch.io bundle? It was part of the last itch.io bundle. The bundle for racial justice and equality, but it's not in the current bundle. It's not in the Ukraine bundle. It's been in other bundles though. So if you bought the racial justice and equality bundle in 2020, then you have this game. To do some dishes? It's part of being an adult, I think. Waking up to do dishes. Owls have appeared. God, I love the little pixel arts for the characters in this game. They're great. You know, actually, if I prioritize these up, what can I do? that get those done quicker? 2 entities have not been assigned to professions. 2 things have grown up to being adults and have not been assigned professions. So I guess children can't get Oh, no, that's a cow. Right, that makes sense why a cow couldn't get a profession. I was like, children can't get professions. Right, no, I misclicked and clicked on a cow instead of a person. What else do I need? Still a child? Okay. And yes, you can rename people. All right, so just increasing the priority level, just getting this shit done. That's good. How does it compare to the old Dwarf Fortress? My favorite comparison or way to compare it to Dwarf Fortress right now is as follows. I'm assuming, Jax V, that you are familiar with the indie game Minecraft. If so, you may also be familiar with the niche indie game Terraria. If you're also familiar with the tiny little micro indie game Terraria as well as Minecraft, then you may be aware that they are both similar but completely different games. That's kind of the comparison with this and Dwarf Fortress. If Dwarf Fortress is Minecraft in this example, this would be Terraria. Similar ideas, completely different execution. It ends up being a much calmer game, but it's got a lot of pre-written and designed world design. And the end goal for the dev for this game is, from his description, is much more of a guided and crafted experience than Dwarf Fortress, while still using similar ideas for replayability benefits. Called being female animal. So yeah, that's what this is. And it's also extremely cheap, and it just got a big update, which is why I've got the Sacred Scrolls expansion, because he's actually calling it an expansion, not an update, because it took him like a year and a half to make. But yeah, this game's like $8. It's very much a game where if you like it, buy the game. If you really like it, chuck the dev a couple bucks a month on Patreon, because he probably deserves it, and leave the game a review if you buy it on Steam, because this is one of those games that is helped massively by reviews. Solo dev, yep. He did everything except for the music, or does everything except for the music. If you want to hear him talk about the game, there's a interview on my YouTube channel from about 8 months ago about it. Yes, that too, Nano. If you bought the bundle for racial justice on itch in 2020, you may already have it. However, keep in mind that if you want to support the game, even if you already own it on itch, try it on itch and then buy it if you want to support the game, because dev doesn't really see any money out of that. Also, hello, Nano. Hope you're doing all right. But this is very much a game that, like, don't expect to sit down and get 500 hours out of this game, right? It is very much a game that is in development. This is the sort of game that, like, in previous versions, I used to always tell people that there was about 30 hours of content in this game before you, like, kind of run out of things to do. And this game's still kind of in that position. That's not a negative. It's just a, because of the way this game is, there is a limited amount of things to do available, and you will eventually run out of stuff to do in this game. It's not a negative. It's just a, just be aware that it's not going to be as endlessly replayable as a Dwarf Fortress, as example. Get all this done quicker. You can knock yourself down. We found this little tomb thing. Cool. Brought you down. I think we'll deconstruct all that and then fill it back in with dirt. So I'm aware that I told them to collect a shit ton of water, but I wasn't expecting all of that water to start spawning. But if anybody's interested, there's a link to my interview with the dev on this game. Which admittedly was while he was working on this patch. So it's a bit behind now. Also, this is just cool for me, but so I don't know if any of you guys care about this factoid. But he's from Canada. Are we wolololoing Russian tanks now? Is that what we're doing in the memes channel? Is that what's happening there? Pretty sure that's what's happening there. You stuck? Kind of hate that this isn't working the way I wanted it to work. Actually, you know what? Instead of doing that, let's give me a dirt wall right there instead. Yeah, now you can climb up. That's much easier. Give me the dirt wall, and then on top of that, we'll put a ladder. Or rather, next to the bottom of it, we'll put a ladder, and on top of that, we'll put a ladder. Saint Javelin's an excellent preacher. Uh-huh. Oh, also, one other thing about me seeing Dragon Force on Sunday is Herman Lee appears to have been streaming the entirety of the tour so far. So if he's streaming on Sunday night, I'm probably in the crowd. So try and spot me, I guess. Herman Lee is the guitarist of a Dragon Force. So there is that. I'll post links if he's streaming on the night of. Because, you know. There's a link to his Twitch channel. Apparently his VODs are sub only, which is rude, but at least I think. Yes, his VODs are sub only, but yeah, he is streaming the whole tour. We build more roadways that are completely irrelevant but look pretty. Almost done with that side. We can build more on top of the river. Clips are not sub only. Well, there you go. I think it's actually kind of awesome that bands can do that now. Just like bring a couple streaming backpacks with them and just stream a tour. Why not? Kind of awesome. There we go. And that's that little walkway done. We just need that corner piece. I wonder if they can even reach that. Looks like they can. Hard to tell. That out. Got that corner done. Uh-oh. A pack of animals that want us dead appears. Vitraxes. They don't have a description, but from what I can tell, they're just like dog things. Have to be wary of those. Murder mammals. Hello again, Abel Bacon. Down some trees. Found more copper ore, more dirt clods. Hey, I can make melee weapons out of bronze. We go into production. Go into here. I don't know what a Sagris is. Whatever that's worth. I can make hatchets. I can make whatever that is. I'm assuming these are weapons. I mean, they look like weapons. Make 20. Uniforms. And we just have to wait until they make metals or metal weapons. Help, I'm trying to use DF hotkeys again, chat. Shift bracket doesn't do nothing. I keep on trying to type in that hotkey and it's doing nothing. It's like, why isn't this working? Ah! It's like the walls over there are pretty much done. Our dirt pit has become a stone pit. It's apparently a mix between an axe and a warhammer. Where the heck did you get that? Just Google? I'm feeling like we probably need graves because quite a few people have died, so cue those up. Like every game should, every single game in existence should definitely support Vim. I don't think that this is even remotely a ridiculous statement. I agree wholeheartedly. As much as I don't actually, I'm sorry. It's just, I can't. As much as I love the default hotkeys for DF, like, just like Dark Souls should have difficulty modes, games should support normal hotkey combinations. Deadliest Warrior wikis. Well, I mean, I'll bet you they're getting more traffic than usual. You know, Can we get a new season of Deadliest Warrior where we get Ukrainian farmers versus like Genghis Khan? I'm just saying. I can we have that happen? Ambrose is now a adult. Where you went, but it's time to give you a warrior skill set, kid. Have fun. Entity size is medium. Interesting. I just figured out where to figure out how big an entity is. It's dirt. I didn't. I feel like they shouldn't be able to get down around here, but you know, you never know. I might actually be able to. Taxes time? You too? Oh no. That's me on Monday. I mean, I'll still be on in an hour. I can confirm that. That's one thing I can confirm for certain that I do know for fact is I will still be streaming in an hour unless like my internet cuts out or something. Although, on the subject of things that are slightly more positive, unlike a lot of recent topics, I just would like to say shoutouts to Anonymous and everybody else who's chucked change into this. Pause the stream before it gets really sketch, including my mom, who has the highest donation so far, but just thank you to everybody who's assisting with this. Link down in the description or beneath the stream if you to help. And there's combat happening somewhere. I don't know where. Something was fighting with something, but it appears to be over now. You have a health bar. Did you kill something? I don't know. Seems so. I'll put it this way. I didn't think that we would hit my initial goal with that this month. I was kind of expecting that to take a little longer than that, but I'm quite flattered that we've already almost hit the first goal. I'll have to figure out what I get to do with that as that goes on. Okay, there is fighting happening in here. Fighting right there? Oh, I see. We caught something in the large cage. I get it. They're trying to fight with whatever's in the cage. I'm just not sure what they're fighting with. This game needs a combat log. That's what this game needs. It needs a combat log. So I can see who's fighting with what. Because combat is quite difficult to discern at times. Let's see. What's the... Owned items only. Tools. Considered tools. Oh, apparently that's metallurgy that requires. I get it. I don't have anybody with that skill set. I think. Working. Leather working. Oh, nope, I do have a few people with that job assigned. Maybe just like not specific enough. looks like they've already made those. The theft things. Back over to here. Ah, there they are. Why is there like... Okay, click and drag is what we do. That in the right hand slot? No, I just gave them 2. So you do that. I could make them dual wield them, apparently. That's interesting. Also, hi, Sideways. I apologize. I didn't recognize that you were a different person. I thought you were the same person as Merc because your name's almost the same length and the same color. I didn't notice it immediately. Also, chat's been slow for the last 5 minutes. Chat, can I get a round of beers? I'm just curious about how many people are listening to the stream currently. But what's up, Sideways? Thanks, man. Totally sure what to do with this side. Made gravy for poutine. That sounds tasty. I really want to deconstruct this. Let's do some digging underground. See what we find. You get confused for a few people you're not supposed. Yeah, it's more just like if your name is the exact same color as somebody else's name, it's gonna be confusing. Yep, looks like they've definitely made a bunch of those. That's the next thing I need is bronze armor. But in order to get bronze armor, I need stone armor. Currently, I can make wood armor. Well, yeah. Then Freeways changed the color of their name, and that got easier. You know what? Fuck it. Let's actually, clear/remove. What? I kind of wish that clear/remove didn't work on grass. I wish that there was a separate deconstruct tool. It'd actually make my life a lot easier. Plank wall, wood plank beam. Burn. Curious to see if this is gonna fall. Let's find out if things fall. Science. So this is me disconnecting all of this. Let's see if it falls. You think it's gonna fall, chat? I hope it falls. People are fighting with something. It didn't fall. I am much sad. Very big. Very much sad. I know water has physics, but... Oh, hey, but they can still get to it, so that's good. That is now wood that is mysteriously floating above the water. A couple meters above the water, to be specific. It turns out this wood is not science. It's very much not, yes. It's magical physics defying floating wood. Another Tome of War has been written. The game is saving. Sim G is now an adult. The magical world of physics, yes. In-game physics, especially. Meanwhile, we're digging down here. See what we can find. Found it through the support of the invisible dimension? I mean, clearly, yes. You've been enjoying this game? Did you just pick it up for the first time, Caveman? Also, why is that something you need to admit? You say that like it's a crime. It's like, it's a damn shame, everybody. I'm sorry to admit, but I've been enjoying this game. Glad you're enjoying it, though. Hello there. What's up? Travel far and wide. Sure. We'll see what you got. Please take all of my waste. And, got a lot of wood planks, apparently. Take the remains of the animals and the cow. I'm gonna sell a bunch of linen. Sell you 25. 25 linen. Trade. Look, kid, you're all right, but I hope you know that this is not a win for me. What are you looking for? I am looking... That's a chat. Do you ever want to remain in crab? Because you can remain in crab. The digging tappa sounds. Dude, the audio design in this game is pretty fucking great. Not gonna lie. It's been a bit of a distraction from the game dev. Well, that's good. Glad that you've been enjoying it. I'm gonna buy all of your omelets. You have the eyes of a squeakin', sharp, keen, and lifeless. Rude. A squeakin's a squirrel in this game, I think. Very well, friend. I shall return to grace your life with my wonderful wares and bring joy to this land once again. Appreciate you for bringing joy to this land. Although the best sound effect in this game is that when you click on people. It's like everybody in this game just like inhaled helium. Like. It's like a cow that it has taken in some helium playing a kazoo is the cow sound. Like, moo, moo, moo. The funniest sound ever. Super realized DF well has no audio and the audio mods are pretty lacking. You know, when it comes to the audio mods for DF, I would rather have no audio than sound sense. As good as like the music for sound sense is, which it is, the music's pretty damn good. I would actively prefer to have no audio than those mods. That's how much I dislike the audio mods for DF. Reminds you of Lego Loco? I don't believe I ever played that. Uh-oh. Lightning struck something. Shit's on fire. It's fine. It's over. If we were somewhere that's a lot drier, that might be more of a concern. Uh-oh. It's fine. We're deep enough under. We shouldn't hit the water. Huh? Another one? God dang it. Somebody else managed to get stuck somewhere and then died. Well, that's unfortunate. I mean, I'm familiar with what it is. I don't think I've ever played it. Like, I'm familiar with a game called Lego Loco, but I don't believe I've ever played it. So I should be able to make stone bucklers now. Speaking of this game being great, the music's awesome. I wish that there was more of it, but... Yeah, I've played Lego Loco, but it's not like it has much play hours, you would say. I getcha. I mean, a lot of older town builders actually had very little in the way of replayability and gameplay. It's a way that a lot of people tend to fall into rose-tinted glasses with a lot of those games. A lot of them don't age very well at all, in fact. To be honest, I have no idea why none of these jobs can work. It looks like the job is queued up. It was mostly a digital railway toy. Nothing wrong with that. Pardon? So I think that there's floor constructed there, and I can't see it. Not sure how that happened. Game? You just, like, forget that there was floor there. I'm 100% certain that there is floor there. But the sprite vanished for some reason. Bizarre. And bananas? Well, banana for scale is very easy. Simply have to go to bananaforscale.com. Oh, right, yeah. I haven't given you a profession yet. You're also underwater and probably drowning. bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Maybe blacksmithing. Sleeping poorly is what... Were you sleeping poorly underwater? Or am I misunderstanding that? Because I could tell you why you were sleeping poorly. I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I don't actually know how to add new quotes with this bot. Oh, hold on. Let me find it. Ah, I found it. That was easy enough. There you go. They do need to be staggered for stairs, I think. Ladders don't need to be staggered. That person was in fact sleeping underwater. That's... I mean, I'm not surprised that they were sleeping poorly underwater. I mean, they're definitely sleeping well over there, so... Well, I mean, I am single, so this does check out animal, unfortunately. Let's make people bridges. You'll know what I mean in a second, chat. Housing bridge. And go one up. And go, tile. Shingle? Yes. Do wood shingles, or I can do clay. We'll do clay. And then beds. We'll do wood beds. I'll start building her. But yeah, Haas, you have a good night. Yeah, I don't know how to do that with the new bot. We'll have to figure it all out. I guess I have to go in and then edit it now. Or forget. Guess I have to remove the quotes. Actually, hold on. Let's look at something. Yeah, all of the quotes are kind of borked in that way. Anyway, whatever. I'll worry about it later. If I fix that one, then I'm gonna have to fix all of them. The bot now that I'm using has different fields for every section. So it's actually kind of difficult for me. Like, I would have to manually go through and rewrite all of them. Oh boy, that's 39 pages with 30 on each page. Oh man. Okay. I have 39 pages of quotes in this bot. Which means we have at least 2 quotes. Uh-oh. Do that. Boy, we actually have a weapon. It is indeed a timeless quote, just like all of my quotes. Also hope you're doing well, PT Kata. One thing I do really have to say about this game, though, is it fucking deserves more coverage. I like how they built the roof first. That's genuinely very funny to me. They build the roof first. Like, they've completely built the roof for all of this housing. But they haven't even started, like, the housing, really. They just finished the roof, like, immediately. You don't want to get wet while working? I suppose so. Quinn E and Zunder R are both now adults. Wonder if Win E has anything to do with Winnie. You're a new home. You're a new home. You're a new home. You're a new home. Uh-oh. Hold on. Okay. This person was born in a lake. I guess we're doing water births now. That's the name of a person, yes, animal. Win E. Spelt with a Y. You're a lake people, animal. It looks like the entire structure is being supported by the roof. I mean, it's not. It's being supported by the floor and the wall around it. Because this is all flooring, which is suspended over the river. This is a wall that is suspended over the river. And this is a roof that is on top of these walls that is on the floor suspended over the river. You okay down there? Where are you going? Let's see, look up. There's a tree growing in my non-existent mountain. More like fish people, but crab people works. Something, something, London Bridge, yep. Something, something, London Bridge. You're trying to meme? I do not permit memeing here. That is probably illegal. Unless it's Ukrainian farmers, in case then it's frankly encouraged. It's fine. Of course you're allowed to meme. Just like most of what I say shouldn't be taken seriously. People take me way more seriously than they ought to. I think people would have a much nicer time if they didn't take anything I said seriously. The vast majority of the nonsensical shit that I say is like, doesn't matter. Alright, so we'll do that, and then we will do... more housing. There we go. And then if I go... shingles? Watch them build the shingles first again. What? Oh, pack of animals have arrived. We'll have to fight with those probably. They're mean. Your brain goes error? I am all irony. All the time. Wonder if these are up. Investments are open, chat. Heads up. And also, ticket generation works now. So does our generation. In fact, I've confirmed from this morning. Also, you just died from cardiac arrest? I think from chopping down a tree. No, we had somebody just die of a literal heart attack. Huh. Natural causes, I suppose. Good luck, Basta. Look, they're building the roof first again. I don't think they've even built a single wall yet. Ha. I don't know how that's structurally sound, but... Why are you building roofs before you build the walls? This isn't how construction works. The fuck? Also, why is there so much dirt appearing in this room? I don't know where it's coming from either. Maybe down here? I don't know. I'm confused. I think dirt that's underground that can't fit in the tile teleports to whatever the nearest tile that's not filled with water is, which is why stuff keeps appearing above ground, like right here. And right here. I captured whatever the heck that is. Tome of War has been written? Yeah, I can now make bronze armor.
Yeah.
Suddenly everybody's in the water? What? I don't even know what just happened. This game's definitely got its quirks. Okay, how do I... I have 7 cooks, apparently. But they appear to have ceased cooking. Reasons that I cannot immediately discern. Game would have me believe that I have no cooks, but I definitely do. But I got 2 people assigned to the cooking profession. I think that the people of Odd Realm, Pichikato, just have a levitation skill that none of us understand. Also, hello, Mind. How are you? Hey, they cooked a thing. And then it immediately got at. All right, well, I appear to have fixed the cooking problem. I also appear to be able to make bread. Although that might actually require a bakery. At least the game has quirks and not quarks. I mean, if it had quarks, then I wouldn't, like... Well, someone would be stealing shit from me, for one thing, so... It's been too long since I've seen DS9. I can't properly quote Quark anymore. I apologize. But yes, the game very much has quirks. They're quirks that are what I would describe as charming, though. They're not like game-breaking quirks. Like, I don't know why the pathway disappeared here. It's definitely still there. Unless they're building it under... No, they're definitely not building it underwater. I don't know why that pathway disappeared. Unless there's like a hide tool that I accidentally used there that I'm not aware of, but... I can't construct any... Can I deconstruct it? Hold on. Can I deconstruct a thing that doesn't exist? Yes, I can. Well, shit. So it is definitely there. Tick, 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 tick. Ooh, I can make sauce. I can make burgers? What is this video game? We can make how many burgers? I can make 2 burgers. We're going to make 2 burgers. I'm also going to make, I'm going to butcher that. I'm not going to butcher the human remains, but we're going to make meat sausage. That's fantastic. Oh, I see. I could either make sausage or burger. So I guess we make sausage then. 1 sausage, 1 burger. Burger, meat, sausage. Sausage, meat, burger. Humans, eat burger. Wait, what? Five more days left in the season before we hit winter. I'm hoping that we'll have a massive stockpile by then. I now have steel refining stuff available. You know, we could probably make alcohol. Let's see if we can do that once this housing is done. Actually, you know what? Let's dig out a room down here. We're gonna do some work down here. Oh my god. I've been streaming for 5 hours already, Chad. It's 2 p.m. That was when I normally eat food. I guess that would explain why I'm hungry. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. The tunes are still banging. I'll say that. You know, I think one of this game's biggest achievements is it's managed to make possibly one of the most visually appealing at a glance games like Dwarf Fortress. Like, it's managed to capture all of the character of the world generation of Dwarf Fortress and combining that with a massive increase in color that Dwarf Fortress doesn't have. You know what I mean? Like, look at how bright and colorful everything is. It's so pretty. Nice to look at. What kind of spaghetti? If I can ask. Anyways. I had spaghetti for dinner last night and it was good. I had spaghetti with homemade pesto. I don't know the name of them, but the kind of squiggly rolly ones. That's what I had. Constructing. Constructing. So this room down here, at least part of it, well, first off, I'm going to go build floor, something I've needed to do for a while. This whole thing needs flooring. Very pretty, regular thick spaghetti with meatballs and marinara sauce. I haven't had spaghetti and meatballs in a very long time. I normally go more, like, veggie-oriented when I eat spaghetti these days. Ho there! Are you Trader again? I feel like the Trader needs to arrive less frequently. I arrive way too frequently right now. You've got a good amount of Ren, merchant. Buy your flour. And your rope bucklers. Are military. Or rather, I will sell you those. And I will be buying roasted crab meat. I've sold them some stuff. I think that's all that we're gonna. I think we're just gonna sell them the gear. You're eating Chinese food. I read that as I'm eating cheese food now. Chinese food's good. Well, looks like I was able to fix the cooking, or the lack of cooked food, by reprioritizing some jobs. I guess I could just do one of those jobs. I should finish that, and then I should be able to make this stuff. But it does look like stuff's getting done quicker now. And our meals count is going up, so that is good. Increase the priorities on that. And those beds. Those done as well. Let's just get this whole thing done. Yeah, I don't know why those sprites are invisible. Like, the floor sprites over top of that river, for some reason, are not visible. I'm assuming it's a bug. But I don't know. That or my people have discovered the technology of levitation and haven't taught the rest of us. Either of these things are possible. I'm kind of hoping that we've discovered the secrets of levitation, though, if I'm being... grow more beets. Let's grow more melons. Grow more carrots. Also grow some cabbage. And maybe mushroom. Assuming they grow above ground. Looks like they do. Yeah, look, see, the floor is reappearing here. I don't understand why it's invisible there. Huh. And before you ask something silly like, is it made of glass? No, it's not made of glass. They're 10th dimensional floors? Oh, okay, I understand. Yes, the science checks out here, absolutely. We must, you know, increase our intelligence. I wish that there was a search section on the screen. A lot of children that do not have professions yet. I'm sad that cows can't have professions. I feel like we should stop discriminating against the cattle. Suddenly you have 11 to 20 or 22 dimensions. Well noted. Not math. Math is the enemy. We must run from math. Still very perplexed by this. But maybe I'll have to submit a bug report or something at this mysterious case of disappearing floorboards. All right, well, we are getting pretty damn close to winter, so I think I'm going to pause, bring speed down to slow, pause the game again, jump up to the world map so you guys have some music, and I'm going to go get me some lunch, chat room, and then we're going to work our way into winter. Now just seems like a good opportunity because, you know, a little bit lurky, and a lot of people I think have kind of either gone to bed or gone to go get lunch in the last little bit, so I'm going to go do the same. I will be back in a couple of minutes. Don't go anywhere too quickly unless you really want to. And now is a particularly good time for you to do what Elomino is doing and post a round of beers in chat. And if you happen to have sound commands, now's a good time to use them to entertain the chat. I will be back in a couple of minutes, and then we'll do another couple hours of this. And then after that, we're going to play a horror game. That'll be fun, I'm sure. Anyway, back in a little bit. All right, I'm back. Sort of. My mouth full, but. That's a quick one, even for me. Maybe not that quick, but still pretty quick. Chat, I've got a question. Do you ever get sad that somebody deleted a comment? Because while I was munching on my sandwich in the other room, I I glanced at Reddit, and I was looking at that. I was looking at that Reddit thread that I have that's currently getting way too many views. And this one person kind of went on a fucking tirade about apparently how I'm a horrible monster for eating cheese. Not like eating cheese incorrectly or in my hand or anything, but like apparently I'm a monster for just eating cheese in general, and then proceeded to go down like how factory farming works and how like the cattle industry works and how the cheese industry works, like literally like a fucking paragraph and a half. And I was just like skimming this like while I'm eating my sandwich for lunch, and they by the end of this tirade they're talking about how I'm a monster and a murderer and like all of these various things, and I tapped on it to respond to it, and I was going to type in, "You must be fun at parties. You have a lot of anger. You should direct it at something that's actually useful instead of a stoner who's out in the park." And I clicked send, and it's like, you can't respond to this message because this message has been deleted. And I'm like, damn it! How dare I eat cheese in a public park while stoned yesterday? How dare I? The fucking humanity! If anybody wants to see the actual thread that I'm talking about, it's this. How dare you? I mean, like, yes, the cattle industry sucks. The fucking food industry in general sucks, which is why I'm mostly vegan. But occasionally I'm allowed to eat a block of cheese if I'm depressed and in a public park. God damn it. Fucking go direct your anger at something that's actually going to benefit the, like, people you're trying to help, or animals in this instance. I don't fucking people stupid. Bleh. Anyway, let's play some more Oddwild Realms, shall we? Let's play some more Oddwild.